Oprah Winfrey asked the Notting Hill star how it felt to fall in love with Motor. Roberts said it was awful. She then said, "They've been married since 2002 and have 3 kids, but Roberts is said to have trust issues with Motor." Celeb Dirty Laundry said Roberts thinks he's cheating on her and will leave her in the end. Julia Roberts has a beautiful smile that makes people feel good, but her life seems to be coming apart behind it. Even though she is a famous Hollywood star and makes a lot of money, her life is not at all what it seems like. A lot of people have said over the years that Robert is hiding problems in his marriage. Some sources still say that Danny Motor is a runaway husband. You don't have to be Aaron Brockovich to figure out that they're mostly lies. There is a world behind the glitz and glitter that is full of heartbreak, betrayal, and deep sadness. There are rumors that Julia's health is getting worse, and her marriage and family ties are having a hard time. What has led to this terrible turn of events? What is she doing to deal with all the trouble in her life? Come with us as we talk about the sad news that Julia Roberts' marriage is falling apart. Julia Roberts learned the hard way at a young age how important it is to meet the right person. It was in 1955 that her actors and writer parents got married. They met while working together for the U.S. Armed Forces, but they were no longer married after her mother filed for divorce in 1971, which was completed in 1972. Julia moved to Smyrna, Georgia after the breakup and went to schools there such as Fitzhugh Lee Elementary, Griffin Middle, and Campbell High. If her parents' failed marriage was a hard blow, Julia had to deal with even worse lessons in life. Michael Moats was a bad man who her mother married in 1972. In addition to being violent, he was often out of work, which made the house tense and unhealthy. Julia couldn't stand him. Julia has deep scars on her mind and heart from this marriage. The unhappy marriage ended in 1983, which was a good thing. Her mother, Betty Lou, said it was the worst mistake of her life, but Julia had already lost someone else very close to her before this. When she was 10, her father died of cancer. She carried a heavy load through her childhood because she lost him so young. Julie fell in love with Danny Motor the moment she saw him. After 17 years of marriage, they are also committed to each other and happy to still be best friends. Someone who knows them well says that their love keeps growing. Both of them met for the first time in 2000 while making The Mexican. Daniel worked as a cameraman behind the scenes, and Julia played Brad Pitt's love interest. Danny was married to makeup artist Vera Steinberg at the time, and Julia was seeing actor Benjamin Bratt. Julia and Benjamin broke up after almost 4 years of dating in June 2001, and Danny's divorce from Vera was settled in early 2002. Julia later told Oprah that both of them took some time to get their lives in order before they fell in love. After only 2 years, Julia and Danny married in secret on her 82-acre ranch in Taos, New Mexico, to the surprise of their friends and family. People thought they were at an Independence Day party, but at midnight the couple said their vows to each other in handwritten notes while lights lit the room and rose petals covered the ground. Michael Dennison, Julia's friend, created her pale pink wedding dress which had pearls and hand-painted flowers on it. Dennison said that the couple was very much in love. However, there are reports that the love they once had is no longer there. According to new sources, their 22-year marriage is having a lot of problems. Their wedding date was July 4, which was 22 years ago. Things aren't really that good, though. A person said that one big change was that they sold their $11 million home in San Francisco and moved back to Malibu. This was done to make Danny happy because he missed his friends in the surfing and movie stars worlds. Still, it hasn't brought them together. Instead, they seem farther away because they usually live in different homes and have different lives. Danny has gotten back in touch with his beach friends and movie contacts, while Julia has been working hard on her job. Their 19-year-old twins, Hazel and Phineas, and 17-year-old son, Henry, grow up and become more independent. Julia has been putting more effort into her work and thinking about herself more. Many people are wondering why Julia and Danny are becoming more distant from each other. The Temple staff still said the couple lived in different homes even though it had been 4 years and there were no signs of a divorce. Are Julia's marriage problems caused by her focus on her successful job? Or are there bigger problems going on? Getting hooked on growth. Julia grew up in a poor family, so it's not a surprise that she's always been driven to get ahead. She never just let things happen. She's always been ready to face the world. Her childhood dream was to be a vet, and she played the clarinet in her school band. Following the end of high school at Campbell and Smyrna, her goals changed, and she moved to New York City to follow her acting goals. She took acting lessons and signed up with a Click modeling agency. This set the stage for her big break. She made a big step into the acting world when she played a young rape victim on the TV show Crime Story. This was her first tough part, but it showed she was ready to play tough characters. Her first movie role was as a band member looking for a summer gig in the comedy Satisfaction, which came out soon after. This movie didn't do very well, but it set the stage for what would happen next. At about the same time, she had a small part in Blood Red with her brother Eric Roberts. The movie didn't come out for years, and she only had 2 lines of dialogue, so it didn't help her business much. But Julia didn't have to wait long before she had her first real taste of success. In Mystic Pizza, she played a young Portuguese-American waitress who worked in a pizza place. This was her big break. People loved how fierce she was, and reviewers noticed how charming she was just being herself. A well-known film reviewer named Roger Ebert said she was stunning and had a lot of energy. He also said that the movie would be remembered for showing up future stars. Daisy is liked by some people, I know. I'm not sure if I really think of myself as a shock. He was right. That was the start of Julia's big career. Julia got a part in Steel Magnolias, a movie about friendship, family, and death, not long after Mystic Pizza. Her role as Shelby, a young bride with diabetes, put her in the same category as Sally Field, Dolly Parton, and Shirley MacLaine. It's interesting that they first looked at other actors like Laura Dern and Winona Ryder, but when Julia tried out, her bright smile and presence won everyone over, even though she had a hard time with the strict director, Herbert Ross. She gave a great performance that got her nominated for an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress and won her a Golden Globe. Hollywood began to pay close attention to her because of how talented she was. In the romance comedy Pretty Woman, which came out in 1990, Julia's career took off. She played Vivian Ward, a strong, charming woman with a good heart. The movie was a huge hit, making Julia a common name and making more than $460 million around the world. She was nominated for a second Academy Award and won another Golden Globe for her role. When the part was first given to big names like Michelle Pfeiffer and Meg Ryan, it was Julia's beautiful performance that made the character stand out. Her career kept going strong with roles in movies like Flatliners, Sleeping with the Enemy, and Hook, directed by Steven Spielberg. Some of her movies got mixed reviews, but her acting always stood out. She came back to acting with The Pelican Brief with Denzel Washington after a short break, showing that she could handle more intense and dramatic parts. She said that the trip was an opportunity to learn more about how things are in the country. Her being there wasn't just for a picture, it was a real attempt to get people to notice what Haiti needs. The people in charge of UNICEF at the time thought that her fame would help them get $10 million in aid. It's hard to say for sure what happened, but her participation brought attention to the country's problem. Julia wants to make a change in many areas, including the environment. Earth Biofuels is a business that promotes renewable fuels. In 2006, she became their spokesman. She was also the head of their advisory board and used that position to talk about greener, cleaner energy choices. In 2014, Julia did voice work for a short film for Conservation International's Nature is Speaking campaign. She played Mother Nature. The project's goal was to bring more attention to climate change, which is still an important issue that needs to be dealt with around the world. There's more to her desire to help others than just giving her voice. She was the voice of a program about Rett syndrome in 2000, a rare disorder of brain growth that mostly affects girls. By getting more people to know about the disease, Julia helped the cause of more research and better knowledge of it. Julia's creative work also shows how much she wants to make the world a better place. She runs Red Ohm Films, a company she started with Marisa Yaracil and her sister Lisa Roberts-Gillen. It's interesting that Red Ohm is her husband Danny, the backwards spelling of Motor's last name. Julia has been the chief producer for many projects through this company, including her own movies like Eat, Pray, Love and the TV show Homecoming. In addition, the company made the first 4 American Girl movies, which brought kids' favorite dolls and their stories to life. Julia has also had an impact on the fashion and beauty worlds. She agreed to work with the fashion brand Gianfranco Ferré for $6 million in 2006. It's been more than 10 years since she became a global ambassador for Lancôme and helped shape and push their makeup line. She became the face of Chopard's Happy Sport and Happy Diamonds lines in 2021. By 2023, she was the brand's star spokeswoman around the world. Julia has also shown that she cares about politics. In 2024, she voted for Joe Biden to be re-elected and helped raise money for his campaign before it finished. The fact that she can use her power for causes she cares about shows how much she wants to make the world a better place. One of the best fundraisers in Democratic Party history last night. The event was organized by Julia Roberts and George Clooney. Julia Roberts keeps using her fame to make a difference, whether it's through charity work or fighting for the environment. Make a difference in the world and get people to change. Her kindness and dedication to important issues show that she has an impact beyond the screen. A lot of people still love Julia Roberts, even though her personal life has been hard at times. She has been a favorite for years because of her warmth, skill, and charm. But not everyone agrees with her, which is why she's called America's sweetheart. What has she done to get so much praise? Why do some people not agree? The American Love Story. Julia has been called America's sweetheart for a long time, which is a name that fits her charming and likable screen personality. People liked her because she could play everyday working-class women with heart and vulnerability. She didn't seem as fancy as many Hollywood stars, and people liked that about her. When she was at her best, she had the classic Hollywood look and a friendly, approachable attitude. Star of many romantic comedies, her part in Erin Brockovich showed she was more than just a rom-com queen. It showed how deep she was as an actress and won her a lot of respect from critics. Not everyone has agreed, though, on how talented she is. Some reviewers have said that Julia's popularity is more due to her star power than to her playing skills. Some people think that she often plays parts that are too much like herself, which makes it hard for viewers to tell the difference between her and the character. No one can deny her influence, even with these arguments. She worked with director Mike Nichols on Charlie Wilson's War. Nichols thought her beauty sometimes overshadowed her ability, but he also praised her hard work and intelligence. Julia has said that she doesn't use any acting methods and doesn't think it's important to think too much about her job. From Eat Love onward, she started to move away from the romantic comedies that had made her famous and toward more dramatic and difficult parts. This change wasn't just made to avoid being typecast. As she's grown older, she's been drawn to parts that are hard and show off her skills. In addition to being an actress, Julia Roberts has been a symbol of how Hollywood has changed over the years. She was thought to be the biggest female movie star in the world in the 1990s and early 2000s. She had a lot of power because she could promise a movie would be a big hit. Many people thought that only men could act in big movies, but Roberts showed that women could do just as well. At the time, her $20 million salary for Erin Brockovich broke all previous records for star pay. Roberts was such a big star that if she decided to work on a project, it almost always got made. Directors and producers knew that just hearing her name would get people to the show. Her impact went beyond the movies she made. It changed how Hollywood saw what women could do in the business. Roberts has been very successful, but she has kept most of her personal life quiet, keeping her Hollywood image separate from who she really is. She has talked about how keeping her privacy has helped her be a mother and a world star at the same time. Some people have said she's hard to work with, but Roberts has denied these claims, saying that she tries to be professional on set so that no one can take advantage of her. She's become more calm and grounded over time, losing the tough image she had in the beginning of her career. People have talked about her looks and girl-next-door charm just as much as they have talked about her ability. People magazine has called Roberts the most beautiful woman in the world 5 times, but she has never really played up the role of a sexual symbol. Since she played an intimate worker in Pretty Woman, she hasn't played many overtly intimate parts, critics have said. Instead, she has kept a more approachable image. Are the stories about Julia Roberts' marriage really true? Or are they just wild guesses? What did she do to keep the people from seeing her kids? Please tell us what you think in the comments. Don't forget to share, like, and follow for more. Also, click on the next video that comes up. It will be fun for you.